My name is Meyer and I support the growth of Clarity's consulting division. Our consulting division here at Clarity focuses on working specifically with leaders of finance teams to help them deliver on certain projects and initiatives related to their finance function. Well, I think unfortunately that in many ways the recruitment industry has forgotten that it is a service-oriented industry. When I'm chatting with new prospective clients or even existing clients, they are telling me that their experience with current or past agencies is that they receive this stack of resumes and then they have to do all the work. The point of using a specialized firm like Clarity is that by the time you get to the interview stage is all that heavy lifting should be done. There should be no questions around the types of the person you're going to be meeting or the profiles that were presented. It's just a matter of, well, who can I spend half my day and half my career with, right? So I think that is where, unfortunately, the state of the industry is a little bit flawed right now, in that it's forgotten that it's a customer-focused industry. The way that I find success in my role, I think early bird gets the worm in this industry. There's a lot of companies that do what we do, and instead of doing all my research during the confines of 9 to 5 when traditionally you should be working, right? I like to come in a little earlier, do my research at around 8, build up a list of who my prospective calls are going to be for the day, who my follow-ups are going to be for the day. And then I like to focus on having my meetings in the afternoon. So I can attribute my entire morning dedicated to helping grow the business here at Clarity and prospecting new clients and new positions and new opportunities for Clarity to acquire business. And then I like to manage all my existing relationships by going out on meetings in the afternoons. At the end of the day, that's where I like to do a lot of my follow-ups. But I think it's really important to have a structured day in the sense whether you do your business development in the morning or later in the day, that you have some time set aside for each and that you're not spending those blocks doing the research. You're doing that beforehand, whether it's the night before or the morning of. So when I am engaging a client on a search, I like to treat it like a project and create a project plan with them, dating back from an absolute hard set start date, right? So I will get this date from said client. Usually we like to give 6 to 8 weeks on a search. That's if it would be on a permanent search. And dating back from that date on when they need to start, we're able to work backwards. What it's able to do, it's able to help create a lot more commitment from the client in terms of just communication in general, when the interviews are expected to occur and when a decision is going to be made. Ultimately, what it also does is it helps the candidate feel more comfortable in terms of when they can expect to receive updates, when their interviews are supposed to be scheduled for, and ultimately, if they are successful, when they should be giving a notice. If you're in a role and you're actively interviewing for something else, the most stressful thing we find in candidates is how to make the time to interview elsewhere when you're already in a current position. And so by having a project plan for both the clients and the candidates, this helps them take the necessary time off and steps and creates just ownership and commitment on both parties. Here at Clarity, we actually do have a tool that we developed in-house that helps us identify the right fit, right? Obviously, there's always going to be a set of what ifs, and there will never be a perfect science to this, but what we've done is we've created a tool that will help us mitigate the risks of sending someone who isn't a fit to our clients. What Lumify helps us do is create a set of questions specific to a job frame or specific to a certain project that the client needs to deliver. And then it creates a set of questions that the candidates need to answer against in their own words. So this tool essentially helps us with that screening process, and it goes a long way, right?